Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming and listening today, because it's Saturday, of course, and the end of Saturday. So I'm going to be speaking about how blockchain analytics can help us fight fraud. Basically, who am I to speak about this? My name is Marina Khaustova. I am Chief Executive Officer of Crystal Blockchain. And Crystal Blockchain is a subsidiary project of Bitfury. Bitfury is a well-known world provider for blockchain infrastructure. And we, as a daughter company of Bitfury, are specifically focused on blockchain analytics. We believe that blockchain and cryptocurrency-related industries should be safe absolutely for everyone. And we are making this world as transparent and trusted as possible. So yeah, we are located in Amsterdam, and we have headquarters in 16 countries in the world. And as I mentioned, my team specifically is focused on tracking cryptocurrencies and tracking and analyzing blockchains and what's going on there. So we all know that blockchain means trust. And blockchain is supposed actually to bring us much more trust in the projects that we do. And we all believe this as much as possible, and we're bringing blockchain to a lot of industries. But what is blockchain? Does everyone understand it completely? This link actually leads you to the YouTube video, which, to my understanding, explains what is blockchain in the most simple way. You know, I couldn't find any better explanation of what it is. And still, if you would go there, the first and the most upvoted comment there will be, I still don't get it. And that's kind of, that could be funny, yeah, but why is that happening? Why we still will see how people don't get how blockchain works? Because we don't see enough instruments explaining how blockchain works on a practical level. We don't see enough projects auditing blockchain in a way that everyone, every single person, will actually understand what benefits blockchain is bringing. So I believe that it's not enough just to bring blockchain to your industry, to your business. It's your task to make this blockchain comprehensible and trustable and trackable. Because every new technology that is being introduced to us actually comes for a cost. And there is a financial cost to this, a reputational cost to this. We all know these huge numbers. We read newspapers or any media about blockchain. And basically, I don't know, every month we see very scary numbers. Exchanges are being hacked, and darknets are being utilized. A lot of money is coming from the illicit activity to certain exchanges, and we see that exchanges also reporting that they've been constantly approached by law enforcement, asked about the source of the funds and all and all. So this actually happens with every new technology that we see. When technology moves really fast and the regulators are not moving that fast, there are gaps of the auditing. There are not enough auditing tools that can cover this gap in time. And of course, I'm looking at this from the perspective of the financial markets, of course. It's easier to analyze these problems from this angle, but I believe this happens in other adjacent industries as well. But if you look specifically at the financial application of the blockchain, we see problems with that. Exchanges are inflating their volumes, and a lot of government agencies are looking into this very closely. There's a lot of money laundering happening around this industry, and individuals are not disclosing their transactions correctly, and there's a lot of wrong fundraising going on. So all this is pretty scary looking. Nevertheless, all this is on blockchain, as you understand. So the question is, what tools should we use to actually understand what's going on blockchain? And there are such tools, and I believe there should be much more of these tools specifically targeting certain industries and verticals. We are developing our tool to monitor the financial part of the transactions. But I believe the same tools should exist for to monitor the blockchains implemented into governments, into the voting systems and all. And to explain you how that works, I will disclose how actually the monitoring of cryptocurrencies works, let's say, for Bitcoin. There's no rocket science here. It's actually something that is requires a lot of resources, but it's very simple in the core. If you could go to the blockchain explorer, let's say blockchain.com or Etherscan, you will see a lot of wallets that are sending funds to another wallets. You see when it has happened and what amount of funds were sent. But that's not enough. Of course, this is like a primordial soup of the transactions, and you don't understand what's going on here. You need to start categorizing these wallets. You need to put them into certain clusters. To do so, you should run clustering. You should analyze the spending patterns of these particular wallets. If you speak about Bitcoin, this very small funds that you are sending to some other wallet, they are basically coming back in a certain way to the initial wallet. This allows you to understand how the nests of wallets are clustered together, and to some probability you may say that these wallets belong to the same person, organization, company, or a group of people. So by applying this clustering, you will be able to separate blockchain to certain cohorts of the wallets. And then we need to do the attribution, of course. We need to understand who actually owns which cohort, which nest of wallets. We are specifically targeting publicly operating entities. So we're not interested in individuals who own wallets. We are interested in exchanges, payment processors, dark markets, malware and ransomware. And to do this, we actually need to see how the funds are moving through the entity. And basically, by sending some funds to the entity that we are analyzing, we're able to see and map more and more and more addresses belonging to this particular entity. And then our goal is to actually run the scoring on these entities, which means that we need to say which ones are bad actor and which ones are good actor. So if we speak about some exchanges, let's say like Gemini, or it's a very well-known US-based exchange, they have a very strict AML KYC policies. They basically understand how the funds are coming into this exchange and going out of it. And some exchanges just allow you to withdraw funds without any AML KYC. And of course, they're being used for money laundering purposes. Let's say Binance. You remember it was hacked in May this year. It's an irony, but some funds that were hacked from Binance were money laundered through Binance itself, because Binance just allows you to do this. So moreover, dark markets or malware and ransomware wallets, they are by default considered to be a very high-risky wallets. So basically, this is how we map out what is going on the blockchain. And we are able to see how the funds are moving from one entity to another, and what large publicly operating entities are owning what part of the certain digital asset. And regulators are, of course, looking into this industry, and they need to make right decisions. And to do this, they actually implement certain law frameworks towards cryptocurrency. And here we see how the regulatory map looks like if we speak about cryptocurrencies as a mean of payment. And the most important thing here in the map is that we see that most of the countries, they are falling under the regulation of the 5th AML directive or Financial Action Task Force directive. And both of these directives, they are coming into enforced state next year. And we expect 5th AML directive to to be active starting January, very, very soon. And Financial Action Task Force directive and guidance comes into the enforced state middle next year. And basically, both of them very clearly state that to comply to the law frameworks and to be transparent and to protect the users from fraud, we need to follow very, very simple rules, which will allow us to track the funds, how the funds are moving from one entity to another. And there are a lot of specifics in this guidance, but in general, it says that the privacy coins are getting into the very gray area and very risky area, and the companies who are running and very much exposed to cryptocurrency need to analyze fraud and manage their risks even beyond crypto. And one of the very important things that is being implemented beginning of middle of the next year is the actually Financial Action Task Force requirement to start implementing crypto travel rules. Those of you who are familiar with the traditional financial systems know that travel rule basically should include information about the source of the funds. And this information should go within the transaction. So basically, the same thing is going to be implemented towards virtual asset service providers in the middle of the next year. That means that exchanges who are operating in this industry will need to include details about the source of information into the transaction. And one of the most important things, of course, when we speak about fighting fraud in the blockchain, would be not to focus only on the cryptocurrency, not to focus only on the blockchain as it is, but look beyond it. Because we run an experiment with one of our partners who is focused on the identifying fraud in the payment systems not connected to cryptocurrencies at all, and they actually crossed some of their data with the data that we have, and they found a lot of similarities. So it's quite important to look at the user patterns, to analyze their activity, and to apply other knowledge about the risk management that we have, because it all applies to blockchain as well. So it's kind of important to get all this heritage from the risk management experience that we had in other industries as well. That's very roughly it, and thank you for your attention. I'd be happy to answer your questions because I think I'm out of time now. Please send them to the email or to our Twitter, and if you would be interested to look deeper into how we work, also please let us know. We're happy to show you the product. Thank you.